What's up, collectors and ultra souls enthusiasts? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the recently released pictures for Transformers vs. Cybertron Netflix Wave 3. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a little 50-50 on this one, but with that said, without further ado, let's get into it. And for our first look at Transformers vs. Cybertron Netflix Wave 3, we have none other than Optimus Primal. And a little warning for you guys, every single figure that I'm going to be taking a look here is kind of a repaint. Every single one is probably a figure that you already own. Unfortunately, no brand new molds like they did on Wave 2. They brought Soundwave and Bumblebee. For this one, they're all straight out repaints. Hopefully, they're going to release one or two new molds. But for now, all I have are straight out repaints. And there are a couple that look good, and there are a couple that are a little disappointing. For example, Optimus Primal here. As you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. If you're in for a darker color, then this is your pick, but other than that, I don't recommend it, especially if you own the Kingdom one. And as you can see, it brings Rat Trap as well, and for him it's also the same thing, same color, just different tone. And as you can see, it brings the same weapon as well. And here we have a couple of pictures out of the box. You guys can see it's pretty much the same thing. The only major differences that I can already tell is the sword. The sword looks a lot darker in comparison to the original one. And for Rat Trap, you can see that on the face of the beast mode, it has a different shade of color, but other than that, that's pretty much it. The rest is pretty much the same thing, just different tones of color here and there, just a little bit more darker on some areas, and they look a bit glossy, but other than that, that's pretty much it. The rest is exactly the same. And for our next Netflix Wave 3 figure, here we have a Sparkless Seeker, and again, it's pretty much the same thing, it's just a repaint, but for this one, I don't mind it. I don't mind having another Seeker in my collection. I was a fan of the rusted, almost zombie-like Transformers on the C series, and as you can see, he's rocking that same color, and you can barely see them on the front of the box, but as you can see on the back of the box, he brings his Sparkless companions, and again, they're just repaints of existing minifigures. Also, not only is the figure a repaint, as you can see on the box itself is a repaint as well, because whereas the Decepticon logo, you can see that has Skywarp's box. Moving on to some pictures out of the box, so you can appreciate the sculpted in detail as well as the paint job that they have. And honestly, not bad. You can see that he has some dark green as well as some dark brown, and you can see that there's black there as well. And for the mini companions, you can see that one is white and the other one is pretty much the same color as the Secret. And for the effects, not bad. Honestly, they make a good addition to my collection. One is purple and the other one is green. But that's pretty much it for the Sparkless Seeker. Honestly, there's not much to say other than the color. And for the mini companions, I'm honestly not interested. I remember for Skyward, I left them in the box and I just took the effects and that was it. And now for the rest of the figures that I'm going to be showing you, they are confirmed, but I couldn't find no quality pictures, so the pictures are kind of garbage. They're a little low quality, but beware. And for our next figure here, we have none other than Deep Cover. And again, this is another one that I am not particularly excited about because this is Sideswipe in blue, and basically wherever Sideswipe has red, this one has blue, and that's pretty much it. Everything is exactly the same. I remember seeing Red Alert a lot on the shelves, and for this one, I'm predicting the same thing because Red Alert basically was a really important character on the Siege line. He had a lot of screen time, but at the end of the day, people didn't buy it. I can bet you $20 that I can go to Walmart right now and find Red Alert on the shelves, so for this guy, it's gonna be even worse. For our next figure, this one has to be one of the most important, if not the most important, of the entire Transformers vs. Cybertron Netflix Wave 3 line, because as you know, the Kingdom one was really inaccurate. The blue was not cutting it for anyone, and as you can see, this one has some really darker blue, and that's accurate to the Beast Wars representation. And not only that, he has green eyes in comparison to the ugly orange that the Kingdom one had. That is again super inaccurate to the Beast Wars representation. For our next figure, we have another Sparkless Transformer, this time Sparkless Bot, and again, same concept, basically a rusty zombie-like Transformer. Not bad. For this one, I'm gonna pick it up because I missed out on this mold. I didn't like the previous mold, you know, the barricades, the small screen, the blue streak, the blurs. I didn't like that. I prefer the air-rise version. So if you're anything like me and you like the color, I recommend this one for you. And for our next figure, we have a repaint of Ironhide, and just like the previous mold, I decided to miss on this one because I didn't like it. I prefer the air-rise version of Ironhide, but for this one, I'm gonna take it just because I was a fan of the Army Drone concept, and I loved that, you know, they decided to pick Ironhide for that one. And as you know, Ironhide is my favorite figure of the entire Transformers brand, and I just love the black. The silver looks good, and you can see the green Quintesson logo on the chest. And he has the only thing that I regret not picking the Siege Ironhide, you know, the weapon. I love the hammer, and it really fits him really well, and I'm probably gonna give it to Ironhide as soon as I get this guy. And for my final thoughts on the Transformers vs. Cybertron Netflix Wave 3 line, honestly, the entire thing is a pass. I wouldn't advise anyone to buy any single one of them. Other than Cheetor, everything is just a repaint. And I say Cheetor because as you can see on the middle picture, I can argue that the Kingdom one is the repaint and the original one is the Netflix one, because you can see the accurate one is the Netflix ones. But other than him, every single one of them is a pass. If you like some of them and you want to collect them, then go ahead. I am for sure going to collect a couple of them, not all of them though, because again, I'm a reviewer and I need to maintain my channel alive, but for you normal collectors that want to collect only the figures that matter, this is not the way for you, my friend. But with that being said, this is pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps you, the algorithm, and it helps my videos get out there in a while. So if you get any value out of my content, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. But this is pretty much it for Transformers vs. Cybertron Netflix Wave 3.